guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and sit down and play with some makeup. I have a lot of greens in my makeup collection and I wanted to play around with them to see what I kind of come up with since it is the holiday season. So yeah, that's pretty much how I really wanted to do, is just sit down and come up with the look to see if I like anything. Again, just to play around with makeup, so go ahead and follow me along. All right, so I zoomed you in a little bit closer. I'm a little red because I was already playing with some makeup ideas to see what I liked. So I'm starting right now with the base tape from Tarte. I do like this as a primer, especially like in areas where I'm a little bit more oily, usually just in my T-zone. I like to start off with first is my eyebrows. I do start off with eyes because I tend to be a little bit more messy when it comes with my eyeshadows. So today I'm going to go in with my NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in Espresso. As you can tell, I don't really have thin eyebrows. I have thicker eyebrows. I really just need a light little touch up when it comes to filling in my eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and then I'm going to go ahead and carve them out with a little bit of Shape Tape so I can have a more of an arched eyebrow. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have filled in my eyebrows, I go in with some Tarte Shape Tape. I use the color medium tan when it comes to clearing up my my eyebrows here. So what I like to do is use the wand to kind of like guide me through to create my cleaned up line. This might not be the right way, but this is the way that I like to do it, and it's the way that I feel most comfortable to do it. If I feel like it's too thick, I go back and try to make them a little bit thinner. Just try to make sure they're even as much as they can be. And then what I'm gonna do is bring a little bit of that Shape Tape and put it down. Now with my finger, all I do is go ahead and just blend it in. I mean, you could use whatever beauty tool you would like. I usually just prefer my finger. The warmth of the finger, I feel like it blends the product in nicer and just gets rid of all these harsh lines. So I'm going to keep doing this until I feel comfortable to go ahead and move on to the next step. Have you guys ever had the day of like, you know, your eyebrows just don't want to cooperate? That's the kind of day I'm having right now. Okay, I feel like that's good enough for now. So what I'm going to do next is go into my James Charles palette. I'm going to use the red that's in here to go ahead and start kind of carving out. What I want to do is like a red with the green in the middle. I'm hoping this turns out the way I want it to be. So I'm going to grab like this flat brush, like a compact brush, kind of start carving out exactly where I want this to be. I have hooded eyes, so I try not to go right at my crease, but if you open your eyes, like this little area up here, and then kind of so now you have like a little outline. And then just go ahead and deepen it up little by little. With this method, because I'm working with red eyeshadows, I'm doing little by little only because this color does tend to sting your eye and I don't want it to stick on and then I can't blend it out. So little by little what I do, and I usually like to use a double-ended brush for this type of thing because that way, as soon as I'm done grabbing the color, I'm going to go ahead and start diffusing it as we get more and more up. And you're not stuck with such a harsh line. As you can tell how pigmented it is. Little by little. And then the blender side is more of a, also more of a compact as well. And then back and forth windshield wiper motions to go ahead and start diffusing some of this color out. But you don't want to go underneath that line where you initially began. You want to keep everything on top. If it starts getting patchy, just go back with the brush again and then just fill it in. So what I kind of want to do is put the green right here inside. So I'm trying to also have the red go up like that. And also when you're trying to blend and you don't want to blend outside, what I do is grab my brush and just go flick up so you don't have a harsh line at the end. Happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of comfortable with right now. Little by little, I'm probably going to keep adding more. But I want to now deepen in the crease area. I want more of a like burgundy wine color in there. I'm going to tap into this little purple shade right here. So I want to put it right here. Just to deepen in, and I only want to put it in that outer V corner. You see how that's a little bit deeper now? It's gonna look crazy at first, but then little by little it's gonna start getting actually together. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend out that harsh line you see right there. This doesn't have anything on it. It's just, it's red because I was blending with it earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend a little bit here. Just so I can blend those two together right there. Also, if you hold your makeup brush at the very end, you'll be able to get more of a lighter touch if you don't want it to be so heavy. The closer you are, it's because you're really trying to get in there. So when I'm blending out a color, I really like to hold my brush at the very end. So what I'm gonna do next now is deepen it one more time. I'm gonna go in with this purple color right here, just on the crease. Looks super purple right now, but I'm gonna start blending it out and blending it up. And I'm going to start carving out this part right here. And usually what I like to do is create one line going down. Okay. And then work my way on that. So once I'm comfortable with the crescent that I want, I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry off. Don't open your eye because if you open your eye, you're gonna get a line up here and you don't want that. You wanna go ahead and let this dry down completely, or you can also set it with like a same color. But I usually wait for it to get a little bit more tacky, and then I'm gonna start filling it in with the green eyeshadow. Okay, so now this is what you're kind of looking like right now. And the next thing, what I'm gonna do is grab this City Color shadow. I was playing with some swatches to see which one I liked better. I kind of like this one better because it has like that gold shift. So I'm gonna just grab my finger and then just start putting it on. Yeah, that's looking super pretty right there. Okay, now that I'm happy with what I got going on here, what I'm going to do is grab a makeup wipe and clean the edges of this to make a sharper line right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some Shape Tape concealer and put a couple dots at the bottom and blend that in. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with some setting powder. I'm gonna set just that under eye part. Okay, so while this is setting, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the rest of my face. So I don't like to use liquid foundation. So what I like to use is the Bare Minerals. I use it in Neutral Tan. I grab an IT Cosmetic brush and pretty much just start buffing it in. The next step I like to do is take my Bare Minerals Warmth and just go where you would normally put your bronzer. Liquid foundation gives me too much texture in my face. I've been wearing Bare Minerals probably since I started wearing makeup, probably since I was at least 15, 16 years old, and I've just never found anything else. I've tried a lot of different foundations, just nothing was really doing it for me. So I've always just gone back to the Bare Minerals. Okay, so the next step I'm gonna do is go ahead and wipe away the bits that I have going on. And if I feel like I'm too bright, I'll go back with that brush I was using for my foundation to kind of soften it back up again. I don't like to be too bright under my eyes. I just don't want to look like I'm tired either. Okay, so I grabbed my Wet n Wild Mega Liner and I just did a faint line, a soft little liner. I didn't bring it all the way in because I didn't want to enclose the inner corner of my eye. Every time I do that, it just encloses it more. So when I do wear black eyeliner, I try to start from the middle of my eye and kind of just bring it out more, if you can tell there. Okay, so I did forget one step that I usually do is grab some setting spray because I am wearing so much powder, and just give it a fresh spray. I try to do this before I start putting any liquid on and before I do highlighter as well. It just melts the powder back up again. Okay, and the next step I'm going to do is grab that purple shade again, or that wine shade again, and try to get as close as I can to my waterline. Okay, so now once I've brought it down, I'm gonna try to blow it out a little bit with that red that we were using earlier, not too much. And this is what my eyes are looking like so far. And then now what I'm gonna do is start adding a little bit of highlight. I just found this back again in my makeup kit. I forgot I even had it. It's the Wet n Wild loose highlight in Hustle and Glow. This is why I want to play with my makeup, because I always forget that I have different types of things in there. And when I do, it's like I'm playing with makeup all over, with brand new makeup again. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit. I'm going to put it in my inner corner. But not in my inner corner, but kind of put it down in this area to kind of start blending that in together. So with that same highlight, I'm going to go ahead and do my temples of my cheeks. And I usually like to go in with a smaller brush with the highlight, especially a loose one that's this pigmented. The Wet n Wild highlighters, they're always, look at this, just glows. And because I have rounder cheeks, I try to go ahead and just keep it as much as I can in this area and then kind of bring it into a C. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw on a little bit of mascara and then throw on a nude lip with a little bit of gloss, and then go ahead and put on an outfit together. Okay guys, and here's the final look. I did use the Mellow Matte Liquid Paint in Tehran, I think it's called, and then my favorite lip gloss, which is the Lancome Juicy Tubes. But as you can tell, I think it turned out super cute. It's kind of Christmas inspired with the reds and the greens, a little bit of the golds in there. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. If you guys, this little makeup tutorial I did today, it was kind of last minute. I wanted to go ahead and unwind. Makeup is my therapy, so I always like to go ahead and come up with new makeup looks to see how they turned out. But this was super fun to go ahead and do and glam up a little bit. Until next time, guys, take it one day at a time.